Hashtag the illusion of our life. A shadow hidden for 14 years. I will try to lay everything out as clearly as possible, but this story resembles a complex puzzle where every piece is a year of my life. To understand the abyss I find myself in now, you need to see the whole picture. I am 33 years old and my wife is too. We have been together for 14 years, an entire era. We have 3 children, 13, 9, and 7. Our story began when we were just kids, 19-year-old teenagers with traumatic pasts. Her childhood traumas were much deeper and darker than mine, but that's what brought us together. We got pregnant almost immediately after meeting, but instead of getting scared, we decided to go all in. We were building a family. She always had certain narcissistic traits, which strangely intertwined with moments of absolute, genuine selflessness. She battled severe depression, but categorically refused to go to therapy to look into the darkness her childhood had left her. Despite all this, we had a connection. I could confidently say that no one in the world knew and understood me as deeply as she did. And I thought I knew her. Hashtag years of paranoia and psychological games. Our life always felt like a roller coaster. We never had the time to learn each other's flaws and strengths before the kids came along. Our dynamic was toxic but stable. I was emotionally unavailable until a problem arose, and she became emotionally deaf when that problem did appear, especially if I was the one trying to address it. The real test began after the birth of our second child. My wife was diagnosed with a rare condition that required constant medical intervention. I earned more, had better prospects, and we made a decision. She would take care of the kids and her treatment, while I would work myself to the bone on the other side of town so she could quit her job. This was the darkest period of our marriage. The air at home was electrified with suspicion. Each of us suspected the other of having workplace affairs. On my end, it was just standard flirting, maybe a bit of emotional cheating, sharing problems with a colleague instead of my wife. But her reaction was manic. She controlled my every move. I was forbidden from grabbing a beer with coworkers or staying late for even a minute. She constantly, almost obsessively, checked my phone and read my messages, searching for proof of my infidelity. She found nothing, so she fabricated betrayals out of thin air. Now I understand. It was pure projection. The one who yells, "Catch the thief," the loudest is usually the one hiding the stolen goods. Eventually, my income grew, and she became a stay-at-home mom. At 24, we bought our first house. It seemed the storm had passed, but it was only the calm before a devastating hurricane. Hashtag the fatal night of 2020. The first crack. COVID began. Isolation, anxiety, alcohol. We started drinking significantly more than usual to drown out the tension. One evening, her best friend came over with her husband and child. The kids fell asleep quickly, and we kept pouring drinks. It was decided the guests would stay the night in our guest bedroom. I was exhausted and went to sleep first, leaving the 3 of them. I was jolted awake in the middle of the night. My wife, heavily intoxicated and with a wild look in her eyes, was shaking my shoulder. She was crying and confusingly whispering that she had messed up, saying she had made out with her friend's husband. Her version sounded like this: he got mad at his wife over something she said, decided to get back at her through my wife, and she was too drunk to push him away. I was in shock, but the worst was waiting for me in the morning. My phone buzzed with a message from her friend. The text made the blood freeze in my veins. "She's lying to you." It was consensual, I caught them. And that's not all. She did have an affair with that coworker you suspected for years. And there were other guys. Asterisk, asterisk. I demanded answers. My wife looked me straight in the eyes, through tears, swearing on everything holy that her friend was just out for revenge. That she knew about my old suspicions regarding that coworker and was hitting me where it hurts most to destroy our marriage. After weeks of screaming, tears, and manipulation, I gave up. I made the decision to believe my wife. Soon after, we fled that nightmare, moving to Colorado. It felt like we were starting with a clean slate, but the shadow of that night moved with us. I could never fully shake off that sticky, sickening feeling of being deceived. Hashtag, hashtag, hashtag Pandora's box and the psychological game. A couple of weeks ago, my world finally shattered. It was a coincidence, an old gadget, a forgotten synced account, a crumb of information that triggered a chain reaction. I found proof, indirect, but substantial enough to realize the affair with the coworker did happen. I backed her into a corner again. And again, with that same honest gaze, she denied everything. Her confidence was so impenetrable, I almost believed her again. Then I took extreme measures. I said, asterisk, I found this guy's contact info. And his wife's contacts too. I'm calling them right now and asking. Asterisk. Her face didn't twitch. Call them, she replied coldly. I was bewildered, but postponed the conversation until morning. At dawn, she woke me up herself. Her voice was trembling. Asterisk, it's true. I slept with him. One time. Asterisk. I was in a state of shock. I just silently packed up and left for work. On the way, I did something I hadn't done in years. I called that former best friend. She listened to me and sadly said, asterisk, she's still feeding you crumbs. There was much more to it. Asterisk. That evening, I issued an ultimatum. Asterisk, either you tell me everything, every dirty detail, or I find out from others. And if I find out from someone else, when our kids grow up, I will tell them exactly who their mother is. Asterisk. Hashtag, hashtag, hashtag the slow poison of the truth. The next 24 hours were like torture. The truth didn't pour out all at once. It oozed drop by drop, destroying my reality hour by hour. One time turned into 7 or 8 times. There was at least one other guy she made out with during that same period. She had cold-bloodedly lied to my face for 8 years. For 8 years, she watched me agonize over suspicions, watched me convince myself I was paranoid, and let me live in an illusion. She had hundreds of opportunities to confess, but she chose silence. She says that back then she snapped out of it, realizing she didn't want to be that kind of monster and destroy our family. She swears that now all she wants is for me to know the whole truth and decide for myself what to do next. Hashtag, hashtag, hashtag the abyss of the unknown. Now, we are both in therapy. She says she will accept whatever decision I make. She promises to work on herself, even if I file for divorce. She gives me carte blanche. She says if I need to sleep with someone else to heal, she will stay by my side and accept it. She cries and says she wants to learn how to be a good person. And the worst part is, I see genuine remorse in her. Something I haven't seen in all 14 years. I see how she has changed since those days. Her anger has faded. She has become more emotionally open. I know she loves me in whatever way her traumatized psyche is capable of. But is that enough? How can I trust a person who played the role of a faithful wife for 8 years, knowing she destroyed everything back then? She manipulated my perception of reality. She made me believe I was crazy. My own mother abandoned me when I was 17, leaving me homeless on the streets. But even that betrayal didn't cause me this kind of devastating pain. A mother's betrayal was physical, but this destroyed my mind and my past. It turns out I spent most of my adult life living with a stranger. I am standing at the edge of this abyss. She reaches out her hand and swears she will never let go again. But what if this is just another masterful manipulation? I want to believe she is a better person, but I have no idea if she has told me everything even now. I just don't know what to do.